Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica Maitrey, and I am your host for Embody Your Innocence retreat in Sedona, Arizona, February 16th through the 20th of 2023. So I am so excited to be offering this and wanted to make a short video that's digestible, not too long, not too short, that gives you a little bit about me if you haven't met me before, but also why I chose Sedona and specifically the land that's the retreat center, Spirit of the Heavens, and why I chose that space. Also, a little bit about what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to give you all of that. And so let me just start. Those of you who have not met me, again, my name is Jessica. I like to go by Jess. My last name is Maitri. It's Maitri. Yes, it's a Sanskrit word. Yes, I changed it legally. And you can look up what that means. It's basically friendship, friendliness, unconditional love for yourself and others. So I get that question a lot. So I figured I would answer that right away. And a little bit about my work and what I do. So I have been a mental health therapist since 2010. I've been in private practice, and my profession has shifted quite a bit over the last 12 years. So I've basically gone from doing traditional mental health in a clinical setting. I'm a clinical social worker and diagnosing and doing treatment plans and all of that, to weaving that in to also intuition. Like I'll do a lot of intuitive work now, as well as embodied therapy. So I'm also a yoga therapist and a breathwork practitioner, an intuitive guide. So I combine as much of the body, mind, spirit element into the mental health process. So really beautiful process and reclamation, like a reclaiming of what mental health therapy can look like and the possibilities for that. So I have created something called the Yothera method, and it is a psychotherapeutic modality. It's a 3-phase modality that incorporates psychology, shadow work, blind spots, embodiment, breath work, intuitive work, and then the third phase is writing a new story. So working through these 3 phases of the Yothera method, we take these old stories of the mind that we're all working with, and we rewrite them through the body, through the subconscious mind, into something completely new that's actually tangible, embodied, livable, able to actually move through the world with a new story. And so that is, in a nutshell, what I do now. So I am still in private practice, and I use the Yothera method as well as intuitive and somatic therapies with all of my clients. I love doing group work. I do a lot of workshops here in Boise and also outside of Boise. And this retreat is an extension of my group work, which is basically the Yothera method, but in a longer duration, like in an immersive space. So, and also with other people, which takes it to a whole nother level of healing. So that is me in a nutshell, my work. And I want to talk a little bit about Sedona and why Sedona is so important, and why I chose this as the location that I wanted to do a retreat at. Those of you that have never been to Sedona, this might not make sense yet. Those of you that have, I almost guarantee you already know what I'm going to say. You already understand what I'm about to say. Sedona amplifies and puts a magnifying glass on everything that's already there. We'll just say that. It's not good or bad. It just amplifies what's already there within you that you either already see or you don't see yet. So that's how I like to explain Sedona. It's a big magnifying glass. So if you have a trait, a characteristic about yourself, a pattern, a habit, something like that, that you have been working on for years, and you think that you've improved it, if you go to Sedona, it will either show you how much you have improved that, or it will show you what you still need to do to improve that. It also shows you what you don't see, like maybe things you haven't even considered. Maybe you've sensed it in the backdrop of your life or in your subconscious a little bit, but when you go to Sedona, it brings it out. It's like this, it's a magnificent magnetic vortex field. And everyone talks about, well, did you go to the vortexes in Sedona? And I say, it's all a vortex, the whole thing within miles outside of the city limit. It's a vortex. The entire area is one big vortex. So you cannot miss the vortexes. And so why I chose this, first of all, it's because healing happens so quickly. Healing happens whether or not you're trying to make it happen. The choice to do a retreat in Sedona is allowing the earth to do her job in assisting us in the transformative process that we're already going to be going through together as a group. So this using the earth, those of you that have taken my classes or worked with me, you know that I use the earth in almost everything that I do. There's always connecting to it, using it as a transmuter of sorts, and also the living library, literally at the center of the earth, that I use for intuitive work. So I use the earth in so many ways in the work that I do. And so going to a specific area in Sedona that I feel has massive potential for helping us with that process is only going to get you closer and there faster, you know, the healing journey. So that's why I chose Sedona. And as you probably know, I've been there several times. And the first time I went there was in 2017. And it was, again, extremely empowering. It was after the eclipse. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was those of you that went to the eclipse gathering in Portland, that's where I was for that. And right after that, I got basically initiated into Sedona from that event. And yeah, so long story short, it changed my life, absolutely changed my life, just the beginning, the unfolding from that event. And I now consider it like a second home. And I actually hope at some point it actually is a second home and I have a home there. We're not there yet, but I love to go several times a year. And I hope that you'll join me. Spirit of the Heavens is the land, and everything is outlined in the landing page, which I will link below. And you can check all of that out. But Spirit of the Heavens is the retreat center that I chose because, number one, it's not pretentious. I want to be really clear about that. It was important to me to find a place that was grounded and had the same values that I have when it comes to healing. So not money driven. And it's actually about the healing and offering from the heart space. And on some level, when you get into these more spiritual communities, there can be a sense of losing that as the foundation. And no judgment, but it's easy to find. It's really easy to find some very overpriced and very expensive experiences. And I'll just say that you will not be disappointed in this space. It's very connected to the earth, very grounded. The owners and staff are absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to share it with you. And the accommodations are perfect and they're simple. And the food is perfect and simple, and it's vegetarian as well. So those of you that were wondering, so everything is included here. And I love the values that this space holds. Also on the land, specifically, it's themed, if you will, around the energies of the land, which are archangels. So there's different areas which you can look at on their map, but there's different areas of this land that have different archangels that are kind of stewards of that part of the land and different vortexes within that land. So another reason I wanted us to have lots of space, lots of options for you to use your free time to wander, to go explore the land, to go sit with archangels or the energy of that, right, within certain vortexes or labyrinths or medicine wheels, things like that. So this space really amplifies all the elements. There's water, there's running water, there's again, all the elements, and just absolutely beautiful. So, and I wouldn't bring anything that wasn't that I haven't already checked out for myself and felt really confident about. So check that out if you're interested more in that, or let me know if you have questions about the specific space. Now, let me lastly share a little bit more about what we're going to be doing as part of this retreat. So it's a 5-day, 4-night retreat, and the intention, as the title of this retreat implies, is to assist you to connect back with your true innocence, your true innocent nature. And there can be a little controversy around, well, what does that even mean? Like, what is innocence really? And does it really exist? And is innocence just a form of being naive? And I would say no, innocence is actually the wisest part of you. And we haven't connected what embodied innocence actually feels like from an intuitive embodied space. So this retreat is going to, number one, guide you through the Yothera method, which is, again, the 3-phase process of breaking down the old story, getting clear on what your old stories actually are, and you looking at blind spots, looking at defense mechanisms, all of that, and group processing and things like that. And then a lot of embodiment. So I've created something in phase 2 that's called Yothera Flow, which is, it's basically, it's hard to actually put words to, but as I like to explain it, it's like if Reiki and Tai Chi had a baby. It's like learning how to run energy from the earth up into our bodies using a specific kind of breath. And it's slow, intentional movements that learning how to play with energy with mudras, movement, sound, toning, and self-expression. So it's coming into more authentic expression within oneself and then within a group container. So it's a really fun, explorative process that you will absolutely love. And that's what I do in all of my groups. So those of you that have been to my group, you already have a taste of a little bit of what that's going to look like, that piece of it. So once we do, we'll break down the old stories. We move into the body to rewrite the stories through the body, through this Yothera flow practice. And also we'll be doing breath work. So 2-part tantric breath. And that's something else that if you've worked with me, you know, but it's very powerful for opening all the energy centers of the body and clearing out any stuck energy in the body that needs to move, including emotions. So there's going to be a lot of clearing out somatically through the body. All these old stories get to get cleared out. And then after that, we rewrite this new story through the body, again, through breath, through this Yothera flow movement, through group processing, and no matter what, we also use the earth. And so there's all sorts of different ways that I won't get into now that we're going to also use the earth. I also call that gridding or grid working. You can look that up if you would like. There's also some of that we're going to be doing on the land there. And also then sharing this new story as a group. So I am capping this between 10 and 12 people. And I want to keep it small and intentional for this reason, as we can go deeper, we can go farther, we can actually hold a more solid container this way. So also we will be inviting Jacob Massey, if you know him, or you can check him out on the landing page. He is one of my favorite healers in Sedona, a local there, and his body work absolutely changed my life. And I know that that's possible for you as well. And the work that he does is perfectly integrated with all of the work that we're going to be doing. And so his session with you will be one of the last couple of days there. And so it's perfect for integration and helping you kind of come back into a space of, where do I go from here? How do I continue? How do I take this new innocence, this new story of innocence that I'm now connected to in my body and all of these layers? How do I take this forward into my life? And that session with him, but also what we're going to be doing as a group, is all part of that process. So, and we're also going to be supported afterwards. I just want to let you know that is after the retreat, we will stay connected as a group and continue to support each other after that in life, because that's one of the hardest things with retreats is integration. How do we continue to support each other when we come home to real life and all the triggers come back, and what do we do? So all of that being said, my invitation to you is, if this has been calling you, or Sedona in general has been calling you, you will not find a more affordable way to do 5 days, 4 nights in Sedona. And I want to let you know that, because I want you to know that it is my priority that whoever is meant to be here is able to join us, is able to make that happen. Because ultimately, that's who I want here, is who's meant to be here. So if you have any questions, or you desire to ask about payment plans, things like that, please reach out to me. It's about helping you get there, and it's about us all being there together. Those of you that are committed and feel the call, that's the other thing about Sedona, is she makes it really known to you. And then once you commit, those of you that have already committed can probably speak to this already, that things in life start to happen. They start to automatically start changing. It's almost like the energy that you commit to starts to work on you before you ever even get there. So start to notice that, and how powerful the energy of Sedona, and not only of Sedona, but also the power of your intention really is, and how much you really can start shifting even before you get there. So again, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm really, really excited about this. So excited to share this experience with all of you. And I'm here for it. I'm here for you, here for any questions. Reach out to me. You can email me directly at jessmaitri, JESSMAITRI @gmail.com. And all the other information is below. So I hope to connect with you soon. Bye for now.